We call it 7 o'clock?
6.
6 o'clock rather.
6 o'clock. Perfect.
Okay, 6 o'clock. Money meeting is in session. Do we have any public contact?
I do have one item. I would like to congratulate Lana. She has received a promotion. She is now our recreation supervisor. So she's not going anywhere. She'll still be around, and obviously we're hoping that she'll be able to train her replacement. So she'll be around, and then of course I'm going to make her come as the rec supervisor and do updates. So
Oh, good, congratulations.
Thanks. That's great. Good.
Do we have to salute you?
What's that?
You have to be saluted?
Yeah, no.
And then I have one personal item. My daughter was accepted to medical school, so I was just really excited. It's a proud papa moment. So she's been striving for that for a while, and gave it her first shot at school in Southern Nevada, and she was accepted in the first round. So
Wow, that's congratulations.
yes. And then my other daughter, she made it to state for golf. And so that was very exciting as well, too. So you're talking about golf, so I'm going to have her hang out with you this next spring. So maybe you can give her some tips. So
Okay. We have a verification of the posting of the agenda.
Agenda posted per NRS.
Posted. Check, okay. We have consideration and possible action, read the approval of the agenda as submitted. So somebody make a
I'll make such a
Resolution.
motion.
motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Consideration and possible action, reapproval of the minutes of the meeting held on August 5th, 2025.
Case, make a motion to accept minutes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now we move to letters received, and we all got copies of the woman who does the stall cleaning at the Raptor 3.
So with staff, we're going to review our current fees, and then of course what we're paying for stalls for cleaning. Where the challenges come is that a lot of our events are no longer just weekend events; they're week-long events, and so we're hoping to put together a format that'll allow compensation for those larger events, as they're much more difficult to clean. So hopefully at the next meeting, or possibly even the January meeting, we'll have some recommendations for you.
Good.
So you'll be raising the fees that when they rent out the.
So we'll be reviewing the fees. As far right now, it's $15 for the first night, second night, and then it's $5 for each additional night. It's kind of front loaded. We raised that fee it's probably been about 15 years ago. And it was set up in that way so that if, these longer events wouldn't be on the hook for, $15 for the entire week, every day. So, and of course it was also to cover the cleaning fee, which is $7 at this point. We do have an exception for some of the other events where they're possibly use extra shavings, and so that's at $8. And so we're going to look at different fees for different durations of stays, and then of course what the compensation will be for stall cleaners, and then we'll bring that information to you.
Sounds reasonable. She mentioned in here that she hoped that people wouldn't throw away their the horses' drinking water in the stall. And I was just wondering, is that in the contract? Is they saying these rules and regulations?
it's not detailed, but it's kind of difficult to decide if they're using water or if that's just the animal itself relieving itself, and so it'd be kind of hard to police that. So, but if you have an animal that's in a stall for a week long, it gets messy, and so of course we're going to want to compensate those folks appropriately. So.
Okay.
Are they only doing this? Are they only?
So
Cleaning staff.
basically, we have what they're called stall cleaners. They're contracted employees, so they're not truly employees. They're just through a
Just like
contract.
private contractors?
Yeah. So we have a contract that they fill out, and then I-9, and then they're paid. And if of course they make more than 600 in a year, then they get a 1099. So, and that's all handled through the comptroller's office.
Are we not paying them in a timely fashion? What's that all about?
What was that?
Are we not paying them in a timely fashion? She said
Yeah,
she
I'm
would
not sure what
appreciate
she's talking about there, because what we do is, after they're cleaned, we take the stall sheets, they go to Lana, and then Lana, processes the payments through the comptroller's office, and then checks are mailed out. I think it's probably because she has to wait for the snail mail for them to get to her, so.
Is this something that needs to be looked at as far as a better, maybe part-time or full-time employee, where you have the events so often and so many of them now?
Well, and then we're going to look at that. That'll be, one of the deciding factors. When you start talking about, part-time, full-time employees, they're pretty expensive. And right now, we'll go times where there's not even any stalls used. I think our major events, we have like 8 major events, and then smaller events that are just, weekend events. Plus, we also have transient stall rentals, which are for folks that are just passing through. And that stall may not even get dirty, and so we have to take that into consideration as well too, compensation on that. So that's why we want to look at it as a whole, between, transient stalls and weekend stalls and then week-long events. So.
Thank you.
So what we need to do then is,
So it's just a letter
Postponing
received,
to-
so it'll be on the agenda, probably not on the December meeting, but probably on the January meeting.
okay.
We're on item 7.
Yeah. Committee and department reports. You do that.
So as you know, we have fall sports all wrapping up. The CARE program still running with 85 kids a day. It's just full. We did start a new event. It's instead of doing the haunted house, we ended up doing a haunted carnival on a Friday and Saturday, which I think was the 24th and 25th, and we had over 200 folks come out to that each day. And so it was geared towards the older kids on Friday evening, and then Saturday was for the younger kids. And so ended up being actually a pretty big success for the first year. So we're hoping to grow that this next year, and that instead of having the haunted house, we'll be having the haunted carnival, which was a combination of a haunted house and then of course a carnival. So aquatics, the aquatic center is going to be closed. As you know, we do our annual shutdown for a month. We usually tend to do that when school starts because we would see our enrollment be down. But we've changed that now. We're going to close between Thanksgiving and December. So obviously it'll be here in the next couple weeks, and so that gives us an opportunity to do maintenance and cleaning and kind of freshen up the building for the year. So other items, November is kind of a catch our breath for events. So we don't really have anything major. We just had the top shelf barrels, which 450 horses were on the grounds, and was well received and ran smoothly, and the event planners were very happy with it, and we'll be seeing it again next year, hopefully. And that's all I have for my updates.
Well, we can consider the future agenda items.
So would this be the appropriate time to actually request that in our January board meeting, we get an update from Jorge on the looking at and possible action of, trying to say this right, revising the contract for the stall cleaners.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the resolution that's on the floor.
Yeah, and then also in January, in the January event or meeting, we'll also need to do officers as well, and we'll also be looking at budget items for the next fiscal year. So, as far as capital improvements,
Okay, we don't
but as
need
far
to-
as the actual next meeting, we usually tend to keep it pretty light on agenda items because it's our annual dinner that we do for Christmas. So.
do we have any details on where it's going to be? And
So on the next item, I believe, on number 9, we're going to set the Parks and Recreation Commission meeting. And so if you'd like me to move on to that one, I'm up to host it at my place again this year. And it'll be on the 2nd of December. And of course, now that our meetings are at 6 o'clock, we will not have to move it. Because as you recall, we used to move that meeting up because our meetings used to be at 7. And I'll be doing the main dish, and then everybody else will be kind of potlucking it. So,
okay,
so now we're on 10.
do we have any public contact?
I don't see any or hear any.
Okay. Then I guess we move to adjournment.
I so move.
At